Hey, what's going on, guys? Me, Kova, and welcome back to some more transfer gossip. If you're new around here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to obviously get all these videos on demand. So we're starting off with this guy. He's called Dolberg. He is a new teenage sensation from Ajax's academy. Pretty famous academy. They brought through a hell of a lot of fantastic players. And this guy is apparently the next big thing. A huge amount of clubs are going to be going after him. Everton are ready to splash out 23 million euros on this guy. Manchester City are also keeping an eye on him. And I'm sure a whole host of other European clubs. This guy's been banging them in for Ajax this season. As you can tell on the screen, he's got an informed FIFA card. And, 1997. God, that means he's 19. Only just come through. He looks like he's got good shooting, good pace. I don't know if he's going to make the cut. It's quite a lot of money to even be mentioning right now, but a lot of clubs are seeing this guy as the next big thing. So we'll start with that one. Then we move to Mathieu Debuchy. He's obviously an Arsenal player, but Roma and Galatasaray both want him. He's kind of like third in the pecking order. He was signed as experienced centre-back, right back, who's played in the Prem, who's got that experience, who is a really good player, but ends up being behind Bellerin and also Jenkinson. I mean, Bellerin's injured and Jenkinson's playing. Debuchy is not, and Roma and Galatasaray ready to capitalise on that. Next up is Van Dijk, earning rave reviews, done really well against Liverpool recently, and Liverpool are set to go in for a 30 million plus pound move, basically. God knows how much it will actually cost. 30 million is a ballpark figure, but some people are saying it should be more 40, more 50. God knows, you look at John Stones going for 50 million pounds and you think, what would Van Dijk be worth? There is a potential of a Sturridge Van Dijk swap deal, which is kind of making the rounds. Obviously, Southampton have kind of mentioned they're interested in Sturridge, and obviously Liverpool are interested in Van Dijk, so it kind of makes sense if that was going to go down. Next up is Gelson Martinez. He's a winger for Sporting Lisbon. Now, they've recently just played Real Madrid, and Real Madrid have seen this guy. He kind of caused morale problems, and they are set to go in for him after seeing, him play against them. Next up is Julian Draxler. A huge, situations going down. If you haven't heard about it already, Draxler's kind of like being a bit of a tit, really, if anything. He's kind of causing a few problems. Said he doesn't like the coach at Wolfsburg, and big things are going down. Now, Draxler has always been interesting Arsenal, but Juventus will make a move with, Wolfsburg ready to sell because of the problems that he's causing, and that will happen apparently in January. Next up is Ndidi. This guy is a young Nigerian centre mid playing for Genk. He has played against Leicester very, very recently, and he's kind of impressed. Leicester are ready to make a 15.5 million bid for this 19-year-old. Now, if you do play FIFA, by the way, this guy is an absolute beast on it as well for a silver-rated player. Next up is Modou Barrow. Now, I don't think this guy's any good at all, but for some reason, he is featuring today. He's a target for both Leicester and Southampton. Again, I have no idea why. I haven't seen this guy do well, and if anything, when he's come off the bench, I think he's done quite bad, to be honest. But hey-ho. Next up is Jerome Sinclair. This guy was touted as like the next big thing at Liverpool, but obviously he just isn't getting that chance to shine, basically. I think he does deserve a chance to make a first-team impression, but a host of championship clubs want to sign him. I don't know if that'll be a permanent or a loan deal. Most likely a loan deal in January. I think he had a spell at Wigan at one point, but a whole host of other championship clubs are ready to make a move now. Next up is Daniel Sturridge. Obviously, we just mentioned it there. Southampton become the front runners to sign him on loan with the view to a potential £25 million move, or it could involve him being involved in a Van Dijk swap deal. Next up is Mandzukic. Obviously, a class player. West Ham really want Mandzukic to kind of have that Croatian link up with Bilic and Mandzukic. They want Mandzukic to lead the line. They thought Zaza was going to do that, but obviously he has not. Next up is Naki Wells. This is an interesting one for you Championship followers. Huddersfield are ready to accept an $8 million plus bid for Naki Wells after he basically said he doesn't want to sign a new contract. And finally, we had quite a big one. Willian. Mourinho is set to raid Chelsea for Willian. Willian's kind of fallen down the pecking order, and he is behind Pedro, who has kind of jumped into this new formation that Conte is playing. So there you go, guys. Make sure you do drop a like for all the latest transfer rumours that I have come across today. And obviously, again, subscribe if you're new around here, and I shall see you in the next one.